All right, so Becky in this clip, in case you don't know, Becky in this clip is going to be talking about the kid behind the camera, DV stuff, and all that. To talk about the call a little bit, sounds like. I'm getting to this clip blind, so I don't know all the details. Let's check it out.
To work with. I have such a work respect for him.
Okay, so she's saying she has a good work respect for kid behind the camera. But let me back up a little bit more just to get all that.
All right, anyway, donators are giving them hell for sweeping, as they should be, Listen, here's my thoughts. I'm actually kind of shook over if I'm being very honest, I'm kind of shook after hearing the phone call.
As you should be.
Because I know Mike a certain way. He has always, for me, has always been fantastic to work with. I have such a work respect for him. But
oh, so Mike was a sweet boy. He was a sweet boy to you, but the call.
Oh, the safe thing to say? What are you looking at my face for? Were you cringing at my face, Roxy?
No. Tina's over there crying that we're talking about bad shit about the LCU. But go ahead.
Oh, fuck them. We're going to talk shit about them right back. So we're going to control the narrative here. We're not going to keep responding to them. So the safe response is, I'm going to wait to see what the courts say. I think that's honestly the only proper response.
So she's still going to work with kid behind the camera. Well, it's not like she has a choice here. If kid behind the camera, no. Kid behind the camera is, not if. Kid behind the camera is working in the background. Becky's working with him. So Becky's willing to still work with kid behind the camera. With that call that we heard. In that call where Bridget was crying and completely clearly in distress. Saying that Mike had hit her. That she had seen lights. Now she did say she wasn't injured. But she was clearly running away from him. Telling him to get away and all that stuff. It was loud. She was drunk and all that. Mike was drunk too, from what it sounded like. So they weren't scripting it. Definitely high in emotion, high in stress there. It just had happened. Okay, she had just been hit, for what it sounded like. It was like a very immediate call. She was running away and talking about how she was hit. The police go out. We read the police report where they saw the red. The red on her face. Now it wasn't an injury that would require any sort of medical attention or anything. And then Mike himself disclosed that he disclosed to the police. He talked to the police. Mike said they had hit her a couple times. So even after that, Becky Boop here is still willing to work with kid behind the camera. That is wild. I understand Keemstar doing that. And if I hadn't learned that Becky is working with kid behind the camera, I'd be completely shocked by this. I'd be like, what is going on here? But knowing that information, this isn't really all that surprising. It's like, okay, yeah, of course you're going to sweep.
And I personally feel, this is the part I will go into, I personally feel that Mike is being made a fool of over there. Keem is milking that drama for all it's worth. He's milking Mike's one thing.
Oh, yeah. So Keem is vile for milking the drama, I suppose. But so are all the, everyone who's commenting on this is in a way profiting off of the drama. Let's be honest there. I mean, in a way, you kind of are too talking about it, Becky. I know. You can say Keem is a monster for what he's doing. He's a bad guy. He's a villain. But you're no angel here.
I guess it's not this for Mike. It's this. He just...
that comment there. Deadman, whose farts would you rather smell? Tina's, Becky's, Grace's, or Ben's? Well, Ben farted, he would be actually pooping on my face, according to some theories there that he has like irritable bowels or something. Grace, that would be stinky. Tina would be death. I guess it would be Becky. I guess it would be. I guess it would have to be. But afterwards, I'm taking a shower. Okay. See, I'm not gonna do that thing and be like, could I choose? I don't know, KMS. Can I choose that? No, I'm actually gonna answer. I'll take one of them.
Just milking away and gonna get all over the place in a content drought. That's all he wants is the content. But Michael's the one paying the price because
Yes, you could quote me on that. Yes, out of those 4, I'd rather smell Becky's farts. You could clip that out. I'd rather smell Becky's farts.
I wouldn't even address it. I wouldn't even.
If it was
don't
my
have
friend,
to.
like
You
they
don't
say
have
they're
to.
friends, what I'm saying, if they were like friends, like they say they were, Kim would have said, "Look, that's my friend. I'm gonna let the courts decide and just leave it like that and drop it." That's just always thought Mike was kinder. Because I have experience with domestic violence, I'm literally have somebody in my family that went through it. When I heard that call, like every bone, every bot, I just got the chills. I started crying because and it just
Because it's horrible, right?
I don't want to say it's true, but it's not either way. It's like Bridget looks bad if she lied like that, or on Mike, and then Mike looks bad if it happened. I don't know. It's just the courts are going to decide.
So they think maybe Bridget lied. What, on the call? When she's clearly in distress and stuff? Is that the time to cook up a lie to remember all that stuff? Dude, that was some great acting. Dude, that was like legit stuff.
So
now one thing I can say,
That's a lie, Nicolas Cage. That's a whole lie. I ain't done no episode on shit.
One thing I can say, I'll deflect the conversation onto my favorite
you
hate
haven't been live
object.
since it happened.
Don't get too distracted by the chat, guys. We're still putting on a show.
Okay.
We don't want to just be
Yeah.
responding to the chat. If anything, maybe take one thing and respond in full.
Okay, because right now I bet the chat was all like saying stuff like DV Defender and all this stuff. Oh yeah. So we're just gonna ignore that. But you're working with the mic guy. You're working with the guy. I mean, clearly you are. I mean, here we have this clip here. What with the leaked this right here. Let's take a look at this. You see what this says here? It's hard to really see that. Kid behind the camera in some sort of Discord group here with the Aussie guys, Loca Aussie, shares this. This is supposed to be like a script here. If the title of the script is Queen Supreme Loose Lips, which was an older stream for of Becky Boots. So why would he have this? Oh, the most logical answer to that is the most simplistic answer. He wrote it. He wrote it and he gave it to her. Why would he write it and give it to her? Because he's running it. All these like borders and the art and all that stuff, dude. That's Mike. That's Kid behind the camera. I'm telling you, man. And then like the artworks of, well, of course this is that makes it here. That's local Aussie. My bad there. A little brain fart there. Becky Boo, she does have a border. She has this border right here. This thing right here. Okay, a very similar kind of like aesthetic here. Well, the aesthetic is different, but the layout's the same, and the format's the same. And the things they do are the same. So, yeah. Anyway, let me watch some more of this. Then we get into the Thorpes.
But one thing I will do is I will deflect to Xylee. Xylee, you didn't like Mike at first. Miss Xylee gets real stands on business. You didn't like Mike at first. How are you still working with him now with this coming out? Tell me how that works. Who's a hypocrite? I thought you have an opinion on everything, Xylee. How the fuck does this work for you? With you and your domestic violence history, how the fuck?
So Rewind's been live since it happened. Did they? I haven't watched it. No.
They're probably not going to. Why would they? Keem addressed it, and that's going to be it. Sweep, sweep, sweep.
Yep.
And listen.
They sweep. What about you guys? Aren't you doing the same thing? It sounds about the same. We're going to wait until the courts decide. Okay. I don't really hear that any different. But maybe that's just me.